rice.
White rice. We're making some white rice up in
Use
here.
that box. That looks nicer. So lie to me.
You're making that from that picture?
What? No, ew.
No, ew. So we're having white rice with steak in it.
No, the steak's not in the rice. It's separate.
Huh?
What?
That's weird. So, what do you do to get started?
You put the meat in there.
In the electric skillet?
Yeah, I mean, we use an electric skillet. I suppose you could use whatever you want.
And now you have to be cutting the meats to go into the electric skillet.
I suppose you don't have to cut it, but
She decided to because it's a little bigger than they would prefer it be. So it's getting cutted. Cut it up, girl. And you just dump it into the electric skillet. So once you get all the meats chopped, it should look like this inside of an electric skillet. A whole bunch of dead tongues.
dead tongues.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A whole bunch of dead tongues. It'll look like a whole bunch of dead tongues, and you start the electric skillet process. And then you get ready to add the other ingredients. And now you cut your, what are these?
Bell pepper?
Yeah, cut them to go into the meat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So cut your bell peppers to put them in the meat. And the cutting is like
You gotta gut them.
that. I don't know exactly.
You gotta get this out.
The little core thingy?
Yes. You cannot eat that.
Oh, you're not supposed to eat it? Sounds like rubber. So chop it up into slices or little chops?
Slices.
Okay, slices. Put it in with the meat. So next, you've got to finish cutting your bell pepper to put in with the meat, which is steak. I don't know if we didn't say that or not.
You can use chicken, pork, whatever.
Okay, you can use chicken, pork, or whatever, as she said. And you just make sure when you're chopping your bell peppers into slices, you make sure to remove the core, which anyone with common cooking sense would already know to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And we're just using this Kroger bag on the side for disposing of the junk.
Garbage bar.
Now, you just slice your slices like so.
I'm no trained chef, so they're not perfect.
So after you have done all your bell peppers in the electric skillet, you move on to onion. And we have the 2 onions here, and they're going to begin to be chopped.
They don't get chopped.
Well, sliced, chopped, whatever,
They do
peeled.
get sliced, chopped.
Something is going to happen
They
with
get
them. Okay, here we go. You don't de-skin your onions first?
In a minute.
Huh?
In a minute.
So, once you've diced up onions and diced up bell peppers on top of the steak that has been sliced, you put a little bit of water in it. How much water do you put?
I don't know, about a cup and a half.
Cup and a half of water. And then you set your electric skillet to the temperature of
350.
350, the standard temperature of cooking. So the next thing you do is get rice ready to make. And it goes with the steak and all that. You have to cut bacon to put in there. So we're going to put bacon up in there. And peppers and carrots.
Bell pepper.
Bell peppers and carrots. So we're going to have this rice with chopped bacon and bell peppers.
And carrots that are in the refrigerator.
And pre-cut carrots.
They don't have to be pre-cut, I don't guess. If you really want to clip them all up, more power to you. I hate bacon.
So we have the bacon, and the bacon looks like a bunch of chopped up guts right now, but it's bacon. And the bacon has to go into the rice when it gets cooked. Here's the bacon, and this is the rice. Chop up your carrots, and prepare to put them in what?
The bacon.
In the bacon. So carrots with bacon.
Yes.
We're going to put the carrots into the bacon and you just chop the carrots up really good.
A rough chop.
So now the carrots are with the bacon chopping. It looks like cheese, but it's not. It's carrots in the bacon with the bacon. Carrots and bacon.
That wouldn't be good now, would it?
So now you cut more bell pepper. More bell pepper. So now we have the meat, onions, and bell peppers partially cooked. And this is what that looks like. You just kind of let it sit, and then after a few minutes you come over and you scoot it around and make sure the meat's turning the colors that it should be turning. That looks like normal cooked meat. So the chopped bell peppers to go into the carrots and bacon.
Roughly chop them. Never have a chance. Yeah. I don't like that part.
So now we have carrots on top of bacon with bell peppers on top of all of that. And you just cook it for a little bit. And about what temperature do you put it on? Medium to high? Sort of medium to high temperature. And you let that cook. And then the rice needs to be on sort of medium temperature.
It just depends on how fast you want the rice to cook. Because that's like 5-minute rice. That's not like real work. Like, I mean, it's not like...
Oh, it's boxed.
I mean, yeah, but you can get regular rice in the box. But, like, regular rice takes a really long time to cook.
Yes, that's true. So we got this. Don't it look pretty on the camera, y'all? Don't it look pretty? And now you should have poured soy sauce into this. How much soy sauce do you need to pour into here?
How much ever you want.
How much ever you want for flavor, I guess. And then you make sure your meat is cooking to the right color.
You just kind of eyeball it. Make sure the meat's done. Well, I guess it depends on how you like your steak.
So at this point, you just preheat your oven to 400.
No, 375.
375, not 400. Miscorrection. Preheat your oven to 375. See, there's the oven, looking all dirty. And you just preheat your oven, and while you're doing that, you stir your bacon and carrot mixture around. Get it going good. And the rice is starting to get a little bubbly over here while it's cooking. And this right here is getting pretty cooked. Look at it. Looks like an authentic Chinese meal, which really is
Chinese?
That's not what this is, but it looks it. You know.
It's just a stir-fry dish. I need to separate the bacon. I need a lid to this. I thought we had one. Steam that up real nice.
So when the electric skillet gets done cooking the meat and the meat is fully cooked, you just turn it off or let it stay on low to keep your food warm.
And the peppers will steam themselves till they're done.
Really?
Alright, I'm gonna leave that alone for a little bit. Let those peppers cook.
And now we have a real good bubble going with the rice. And so, to finish up this video, the steak is done like so, what you see here. You scoop off what you want, and the rice has been put together in a pan, and it was baked in the oven as the oven had been preheated, as you saw. You bake it for how long?
30 minutes maybe?
Bake the rice with bacon and...
The rice is already done, so is
Well,
the bacon.
you just take the rice, the bacon, and the bell peppers, and you bake them in the oven for about 30 minutes all together.
It depends on your preference, I guess.
And you take and you scoop your some into a bowl, and then you put the meat with the soy sauce and everything onto there.